Okay, I am here with Abby today, and I'm going to be doing a short little tarot reading for her. And tarot is just a way to open up to the energy that is around her, and I'll go with what I'm seeing and feeling and hearing. Sometimes I get symbols in my head. Sometimes I can sort of feel images. I know that sounds kind of strange, but you can feel the aura that might be around her in terms of the energy. You can feel all sorts of things, but they have to be open to it. You can't read anyone against their free will. So, Abby, are you open to a tarot reading today?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards here. And sometimes as I'm shuffling, if cards fall out, they're meant for her. And again, these are just to open up to her energy. And Abby, I just want you to say your first name 3 times so I can connect to your energy, okay?
Mm-hmm. Abigail, Abigail, Abigail.
Okay. Let's see what cards we have for you today. Let's see here. I'll talk a little bit about what's coming up. Oh, you have so much. Oh, there's traveling in your future, Abby. Let's see, I got the number 3, green. Okay, let's see what's going up. So I'll talk about your past, present, future, and of course you have free will. It doesn't mean it's set in stone. If you change your mind, the future changes. But you have a lot of things going on here. In your future, you will be traveling. So I'm not sure where you'll be traveling, but you might get an opportunity and you'll decide to travel. But I feel like you will actually make your own decision to travel. And it'll come to you, but you will be traveling in your future. I don't know where. Okay. Let me see what else is going on here. You have something in the hopes and fears section of your reading. You have the celebration card, so you will be celebrating something. So if you ever do have any fears about anything, whether you're worried about things happening for you or if you're worried about how things will turn out for you, just know that you will be celebrating something soon as well. And that's in your hopes and fears section of your reading. But it hasn't come to light yet, so you're not really going to have anything about that now. Like, you're not going to know what that is. Okay. Light. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Yet. Okay, so yeah, you will be celebrating something, but you don't know what it is yet. It will come to you, and you will be traveling somewhere. I don't know why I wrote down the word Brussels. I don't know if that has to do with like an area you might visit, if it's like literally overseas, or it could just be you will be going to an area that reminds you of that. But again, I'll have to look up where that is. Let's just see here. In the next 2 weeks, I think it's going to be a peaceful time for you. I don't feel any upsets or anything traumatic happening. Peaceful. My pen keeps dying. Anthony, can you grab me another pen, please? Peaceful. Tranquil.
In the drawer.
And let's see. Also, on the home front, if someone has wronged you in the past, it's going to come to light, and it will be rectified. It will be fixed. So let me just write down justice. Something or someone has wronged you. It will be fixed. Okay. Thank you. So, if there's a situation happening, or you feel like you've been slighted, or you feel like no one's listening to you or paying attention to you, this will be changing. So justice will be yours, and you can hold this card. I like to have my clients hold the cards. And just so you can like look at them, because there's different pictures on all of these cards, and they just represent different things. Let's just see what's going on in the present. Also, you might be turning away from something that someone is offering to you. So if someone asks you if you want to go do something with them, you might actually tell them no. It just needs to be on guard. It's just things that's coming up for you. Don't go with them. Next 6 months, you have a card that represents messages. So something's going to come to light in terms of a message for you. Let's see. A message for you. Something that might be long awaited. Okay. Good. We'll have some answers to it. And I'll explain all this to you afterwards. I sort of just go through it and then I sort of rewrite it so that you understand it, because sometimes I'm interpreting the cards and I'm interpreting this one and then this one and then this one and then I'm bringing it together. So I like to write it out for everybody so they actually understand what's happening, so it doesn't just sound like gibberish or something. So, okay. So you have a lot of good cards that have to do with the present day. Yeah, I mean, this is the moon card, which represents heightened psychic ability. And this also represents, this is the magician card. It means it's a coming together of the heavens and the earth. It means that your psychic abilities will be balanced in a way that's healthy for you, and that's something that will be good for you, because a lot of people open up to psychic abilities and they don't know what's happening to them. They could turn to drugs because they don't understand. I feel like when your psychic abilities become more enhanced, it'll be very balanced for you, and it's actually going to be a lot of fun for you. So I don't have any worries about you looking further into, your own psychic abilities, intuition, paranormal. You'll be safe. So I'm not worried about you actually advancing with that. I would actually say go forward with that, read everything you can, and just, keep doing what you're doing, because this will be very healthy for you, and this will be, you're already sort of advanced with it, but you could advance more and actually bring it together. And I think you'd be really good at explaining it to people when you get older. Like psychic ability and the paranormal and spirits, I feel like you'd be really good at that. I'm just going to write down, good at explaining psychic ability to others. Maybe having group circles or teaching people about it. Okay. And actually, you would feel quite at home doing this. You have a woman holding a pentacle. This is called the Queen of Pentacles. And this, to me, represents that you would be very at home explaining this to people when you get older, and that people would actually listen to you, and that you could actually make some money off of this if you ever decide you wanted to. And this is just food for thought. It doesn't mean you have to. I'm just saying your abilities could go in that direction in a very heightened manner, and you'd be very good at it. So think about that for the future, and I'll write that down for you. Let's just see what else I have going on here. Okay. Then of course it says on the home front, stand up for yourself and what you want. And what you want. You have more power than you realize. And then use your power as stepping stones to advance yourself. Okay. Yourself. You actually have a lot of positive cards here, Abby. I'm usually, and again, it's what I'm picking up in terms of your energy. It doesn't mean, as an intuitive, I pick up every single thing known to man. It's sort of like what you need to know now. So it's not like what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. And some of the stuff is for the future, so it hasn't happened yet, and it's just stuff to be aware of. But you will definitely be traveling. Absolutely traveling. I don't know where, I don't know how far, but you have traveling in your future. So it could mean change of residences, it could mean, you know, something happening, but I feel like that part will be your decision, actually. And the future could, you know, be 6 months or 6 years. I'm not exactly sure how long it would be, but you will make a decision that has to do with traveling. And these are some of my oracle cards that I use with the Rider-Waite deck, which is the deck I was using. Okay. You have a couple cards here that have to do, you have the Fulfillment of Wishes card. And that's a very positive card that has to do that if you ever desire something, if you ever desire something to come true, you actually have the power to manifest it. So I'm just going to write that down. Because some people, you know, they stop halfway and they just give up, but I don't see that for you. I don't see you giving up. You could actually really bring together what you want for the future, and it would actually happen. So I'm just going to write that down. Okay. I'm really excited about that, actually. You also have the Awareness Begins card in your present as well, and this has to do with psychic ability as well. It's a person with, you know, like a ring on the top of their head that represents the crown chakra, and that represents an opening of your psychic abilities into awareness. So it's funny, all these psychic cards have to do with your present. So the fact that you're young doesn't mean anything, but the fact is you could use your abilities and manifest what you wanted. You could use your abilities and manifest where you want to go. And you could use your abilities to create sort of like a powerhouse for you where you actually use these to help other people in terms of teaching. Let's just see. But you have to remember within all of this, you have to stay grounded. The next 6 months, do things that are healthy for your mind, body, and soul. That could mean sleeping in, or at least if your mom lets you, but it could mean, you know, going outside, hanging out among the trees, doing something that makes you happy. It's just talking about doing little things for yourself that make you happy. Let me just write that down. Oh, I'm still using this pen. Okay. Okay. You know, allowing the grass to grow, you know, you plant seeds and they grow upwards. Just do that with your soul. Focus on little things that make you happy and allow it to grow upwards into this beautiful, you know, this beautiful creation. Okay. Okay. And I just like to make sure I write it down because that's just what I do. I'm like an artist, so I like to draw everything. Let's see here. Mama Stone, we have a lot of good stuff going on here. You have a lot of cards that have to do with planting seeds and allowing a tree to grow. Allow your dreams to take flight, so to speak, and just sort of go with it. Like if there's anything you want to do, just do it the whole way and don't do it halfway, and just really focus on it. And it doesn't mean you have to know what it is now. I'm just saying for the future, if there's something you want to do, just really put all of your energy and intention for it, because you have more than enough energy and power to actually create it. You just have to have faith in yourself that it'll happen. Okay. Okay, good. So yeah, it's just saying a lot about take some time for yourself, even though you'll be having a lot of celebrating happen with things personally, or it could mean, you know, with family or things like that. Just make sure you take time for yourself and not be overly involved in anything that might be going on around you. It's just saying, you know, lock yourself in your bedroom if you have to. Just take time for yourself. Especially if there's a lot of upheaval in the future. I'm not saying there will be, but if there's just a lot of things going on around you, you are very sensitive and psychic. You don't want all that energy to go inside you, you know, your energetic body and make you sick. So just take more time for yourself. If you have, and when you are in your future, when you do decide to travel, and you will, there might be some obstacles around this of you getting to your destination, but you will overcome them. It's just being aware of that. Just says, don't allow yourself to change your mind or stop just because you're not sure you're going to get to where you have to go. So you will get to your end point when you decide to travel. Just don't give up getting there. Wherever you decide to go, just keep going and just keep doing it till you actually get there. And again, I'm not sure when this will happen, but this is definitely happening for you. Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions that you wanted to ask Abby at all? Because sometimes I can pull some cards on some specific questions. I mean, this is a little overview of everything that's going on in your life and things to come. And if not, that's fine too. Let's see if there's anything back here. Future. Yeah. It's also saying for your future, again, I'm not sure how far in the future this is, don't hold on to money so tight. You're allowed to spend a little of it. And you'll actually be making money from something you'll be creating. So I'm not sure if it's lecturing or speaking or whatever it is you decide to do, you'll make money from it and you're allowed to spend it. And that's just what it says for that. That's like, could be far in the future, but you'll be making money in your own way. Okay. So you'll be making money in your own way, and you'll be allowed to spend it. Don't hold on it too tightly. I know we're all like, well, everyone should save, you should save, we should all save, but no, you're actually allowed to spend it, so. I'm not saying spend every penny, but you can have fun spending it. Like, have fun, live a little. Okay, Abby. So from everything in this reading, and I'll rewrite it for you from my little scribbles because you'll never be able to understand it. I'm going by symbols in my head and then the cards. Basically on the home front, you're going to have justice coming to you. If someone or something has wronged you in the past, it will be fixed. In the present, someone might ask you to go with them somewhere. You can say, no, it's okay, you don't have to go with them. Again, that's food for thought, just from what the cards are saying. In the hopes and fears section of your reading, you'll be celebrating something. The next 2 weeks will be peaceful for you. And then, of course, the main thing in your reading was this future thing about you traveling. And I had Brussels in my head, but I'd have to double check what that is. But it could mean metaphorically or real. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see, in the next 6 months, you'll be having a message coming to you. Something that might be long awaited will give you some answers. And again, that's future based, so we have to wait to see when and how it comes to light, when and how it comes true. And then in your present, as I said before, you will be really good at explaining psychic abilities, maybe having group circles or teaching people about it. Spiritually, I do feel like you are more advanced than your years, but you would be really good at doing that. Doesn't mean you have to, I'm just saying your abilities do lie there. And then on the home front, that just means within the home, within the family home, stand up for what you want. You have more power than you realize. Use your power as stepping stones to advance yourself. And that could be spiritually or metaphorically or just in terms of asserting yourself, like you're important too. And then you have to realize in your present that whatever you decide you want to do for your future, it can actually happen and it will happen. Again, I don't foresee you doing something halfway, so, and that's for your future. And then we're almost done, and then we can end this for today. And it just says take time for yourself. In the future you'll have this beautiful creation of something you'll be doing for your work. Allow it to form, planting seeds, growing into something greater. And I know you're young, and a lot of this I feel like has to do with when you're a little bit older, like maybe 17 or 18. But that's how the readings go sometimes. Sometimes it's for the future, sometimes it's for the past, sometimes it's for the next 2 weeks. It's a little bit of everything, but a lot of your stuff has to do with the future, which is good. I'll be excited to see when and how it manifests. But yeah. Then the last thing is just what I said, don't hold on to money too tightly when you're older. Have a little fun and you're allowed to spend it. So just remember that. Okay. And I'll rewrite this for you. But that's just a little brief tarot reading and what I feel are in the cards for you. And if you ever have any questions, you can just message me, text me, phone me. I can always pull some cards for you if you have specific questions. And tarot readings are great because it just gives you a little insight on what's happening now and how it's affecting your future. And it can just help you along the way, because a lot of the times, like me, I'll overanalyze everything, but it doesn't mean it's real. I could be making stuff up in terms of I'm worried about something, but the cards, the way they're laid out, they can help you because they can get you out of your head and see the facts, what's really happening, the evidence. And I just like to use these to help people along their journey, and it's just food for thought, you know. We'll see how this manifests in your future. So thank you for allowing me to read you today, Abby.
Okay, thank you.